I am no king, no poet, no man of renown. I am last of a village long turned to ash, knighted on a field where no one was left to remember the oaths. They called me a knight, though I bore no banner. I served lords who bled themselves into the mud, and queens who burned with their castles. I have stood knee-deep in the dead, and still I lived on. Too long. I am Aldren, last of Marrowfield, knight of no banner, breaker of oaths, survivor of too many winters. My sword lies rusting in its scabbard, my armor long pawned for bread, and still I cannot rest. Why do I write? Not for glory. Glory is ash, not for sons or daughters. I sowed no seed, left no bloodline. I write because silence is heavier than steel, and I would not have my story rot in my skull like a carcass left for crows. Let it rot here instead, on the page. Let it speak of a life unworthy and a world unkind. I was born in Marrowfield, a village so small that maps forgot it and the world only remembered it when it burned. We were peasants, bent over plough and sickle, scratching life from soil that yielded stones as often as grain. My father drank, my mother prayed. My brothers bled themselves in skirmishes for lords who never learned their names. I was the youngest, too thin for harvest, too stubborn for prayer, too foolish for silence. When raiders came in my 12th year, I took up a pitchfork and lunged at a man thrice my size. He cut me across the face, but I lived. My father did not. My mother wailed until her voice broke. In the ashes of our thatch roof, a knight rode past, Sir Darian, sworn to House Callan. He laughed when he saw me still standing. He lifted me from the mud and said, "This one has marrow in him." And so I was taken from Marrowfield, never to return. The village is gone now, no stone remains upon another. Only the name lingers, carried by me, though it tastes of ash. As a page, I scrubbed floors and polished boots until my fingers blistered. As a squire, I learned to wield steel, though steel is heavier than a boy's dreams can bear. Sir Darian taught me the sword, with a mailed fist cuffing me when my stance faltered, praising me only when I broke another boy's teeth. I swore the oaths at 17, to serve my lord, to honor my betters, to protect the weak. Lies, all of them. Within a year, I stood knee-deep in the mire of Hallowfen, where we cut down peasants who dared deny their levy. They screamed for mercy and we gave them steel. Darian told me afterward, "Now you are truly knighted." Mercy is for poets. Kings buy loyalty with blood. I believed him then. I had to. It was either believe or break. I served 6 lords. Each claimed to be the hand that would bind the land. Each died with a crown of mud pressed to their brow. Lord Callan was the first. He fell when his brother poisoned him with honeyed wine. His corpse was left to rot in a ditch, and we were sent to new masters. Lord Hadrian came next, a warlord with a silver tongue. He carried banners painted with an axe head, claiming he was destined to free the stone. I rode with him, believing perhaps the prophecy was true. We marched 1,000 strong, and by the year's end, fewer than 50 of us returned. Hadrian's skull still grins from a spike on the walls of Drevik. After him, Lord Estor, the mad lion. Estor believed the gods whispered to him, but the whispers told him only to bleed his own men to test their faith. I deserted him before his end. Some called me craven, but the gods did not strike me down for leaving. They struck him down instead with an arrow through the eye. Lord Renix, the young wolf, served for 3 summers before his belly was opened by a farmer's pitchfork. Lord Calven, the pious, preached unity as he slit throats. He swore he heard Athena herself in dreams, promising him kingship. He drowned in his own bath when a servant slipped his head beneath the water. The last, was Lady Isolde. She was cunning, cruel, and beautiful as frost. I thought perhaps she would succeed where the rest had failed. She gave me purpose again, and I loved her in secret, though she never loved me. She burned with her castle when the banners of the East swarmed her walls. I fled through the smoke, and I have hated myself every day since. 6 masters, 6 corpses, 6 banners to the grave, and I remain. I have fought battles men call glorious. I have stood in the shield wall at Dawnhold where arrows blotted the sun. I have charged through the breach at Greystone where fire rained from the walls. I have killed boys no older than I was at Marrowfield, their eyes wide with terror, their blood hot on my blade. I am Sir Aldren of Marrowfield. My village is ash. My lords are corpses. My name will not endure. This is my testament, my last words before the candle dies. For when the axe is freed, the world will not remain as it is, and may the gods have mercy on us all.